We chase value, not hype. Tonight we count 15 Chinese motorcycles that are shockingly good, real tech, and real bargains. You'll see price lanes, quick checks, and honest availability notes. No fluff, just road truth and garage practicality. Stick around because a dirt-ready sleeper pops mid-list, and our number one delivers big bike tech for small bike money. Revving into number 15, MVP 𝐵502N Keyway, or MVP. Clean naked stance, tidy chassis, everyday value. That's the M502N vibe. Euro-style fit meets budget friendliness, with a smooth twin that feels refined, not cheap. We get neutral ergos, a friendly seat height, and calm suspension that soaks up pothole drama. The parallel twin heartbeat is civil, tractable in traffic, and happy to reverend street manners are confident, not twitchy. Steering is neutral. Brakes feel predictable. Feedback is clear. ABS and LED lighting are common fitments, and controls feel solid under gloves. The cockpit is simple and useful, nothing fussy, just info you can read quickly. We like the clutch action. Light at the lever, easy in slow maneuvers. Why is it surprising? The finish looks premium where it counts. Paint, fasteners, wiring. You see tidy looms, proper grommets, and hardware that doesn't scream cost cut. Service access is sane. Filters, chain, and bodywork come off without tears. For commuters, this is gas, go, repeat, with low stress and low noise. Ownership notes, straight talk. Dealer network, maturity matters. Know who will wrench it. Confirm break-in service is on schedule, and keep charging health in good shape. Bring a meter. Check voltages at idle and at 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. Easy. Listen for clean idle and smooth throttle pickup. Walk if the wiring is hacked. One user from Spain shared, "For $5K, it's not bad at all. It looks really good. It looks like the new Suzuki's." Money lane, no hype. It's a smart buy when priced under comparable Japan commuters. If the out-the-door number sits in the mid-6,000s or less, that's strong. Pay for condition, documents, and fresh consumables, not for loud pipes or stickers. As a first real city bike or daily standard, the value per mile is big. Want cruiser soul without the premium price? A modern V-twin with comfort and tech rolls in next. Claiming the spotlight at number 14, QJ Motor SRV 550 ST. This cruiser comes with modern bones instead of tired chrome tricks. The dash is full color, Bluetooth nav is standard, and you even get tire pressure monitoring that saves headaches before they spiral into roadside drama. While most mid-size rivals keep leaning on nostalgia, this one leans on actual data, and that's refreshing. The riding triangle feels spot on. Seat height is low without folding your knees. Pegs sit naturally under boots, and the saddle is firm enough for long miles. On the freeway, the relaxed geometry holds the bike steady without wallow. In city traffic, steering stays light enough to sneak through gaps and cut stress. The liquid-cooled V-twin isn't explosive, but the torque curve is smooth and builds drive predictably from idle to mid-range. That makes it friendly for new riders, yet satisfying for experienced ones who want a relaxed shove. Hardware choices give it real cred. Inverted forks stiffen the front. Twin discs deliver stopping power that matches the weight, and lever feel stays linear, even with sloppy grabs. Switchgear looks tidy, icons glow bright, and menus are legible at speed. Add a USB port, a clean cockpit, and the impression is of a bike designed by riders who pay attention to detail. Ownership does demand awareness. Some markets ship belt final drive, others chain. So confirm yours before ordering spares. Dealer pipelines vary. Parts support is strong in some states, patchy in others. At handover, scan the idle quality, charging health and service paperwork carefully. The money lane is obvious. This bike undercuts Japanese mid-size cruisers while stacking useful tech. If the sticker sits clearly below rivals, that's your green light. Same stout motor, different attitude, a slick cruiser you can daily. Cruising in at number 13, CFMoto 450 CLC. This cruiser brings real style without the bargain bin compromises. The 270 crank parallel twin adds a pleasant pulse, more like a heartbeat than a buzz. Metal flake paint, stitched saddle, and subtle badging all add polish that you normally do not see at this money. It looks premium, and more importantly, it feels put together. On the road, the manners feel mature. Steering is neutral, not twitchy. The suspension calmly absorbs broken pavement, keeping the chassis predictable. Short gearing makes city shifts smooth, with enough torque to slip through traffic without drama. Mirrors stay steady. The small screen deflects wind, and LED lighting keeps the road bright even after dark. The dash is minimal yet clear, with all the essentials at a glance. One rider shared, "Yes, I still have the bike. No issues so far. The odometer is now 12,000 kilometers." Stopping power earns trust. The front lever delivers progressive bite. A two-finger squeeze slows cleanly without spikes or fade. The rear pedal balances well in tighter work. On rougher pavement, damping stays composed, avoiding the choppiness seen in cheaper rivals. Fit and finish rival bigger name brands. Fasteners line up, panels sit flush, and wiring runs are cleanly tucked. Dealer support is improving. The network expands every quarter, and parts are landing faster. Pre-delivery inspection matters. Check chain slack, cable play, and make sure ECU updates are applied. Break in. Buzz fades once mounts settle, but it pays to retorque at first service. The value story is strong. Tagged under Japan's half-liter cruisers, this machine is a real steal. Keep it stock, avoid backyard mods, and you retain that value. As a daily ride with weekend potential, it covers boulevard calm and longer stretches with equal ease. From boulevard cruise to adventure muscle, the Big Trip Twin arrives next. Powering through at number 12, Voge 900 DSX. This ADV brings BMW bloodlines with genuine off-road intent. The parallel twin delivers steady torque across the rev range with a tall stance that signals dirt readiness. The 21-inch front rolls confidently through gravel, sand, and broken asphalt. A sturdy subframe invites racks and bags, while the chassis stays composed even under heavy load. Wind protection feels carefully tuned. The screen is wide, airflow remains smooth, and the buffet is kept minimal at highway speeds. Standing ergos come naturally. The tank shape supports knees without strain, and the tall cockpit makes hours on the pegs sustainable. The seat offers enough comfort for full-day tours. Electronics vary by region, but some trims feature radar-style rider aids, traction modes, and tire pressure monitoring. The TFT display keeps data sharp and legible, with simple switching between road and dirt profiles. Off-road settings remember choices, so you don't reset after each stop. Detailing shows attention. Wiring runs clean, filters stay accessible, and side covers feel durable. Spoked wheels, when tubeless sealed, make roadside repairs faster. Crash bar kits differ in fatigue. Check vibrations before relying on them. Skid plate coverage is fair, but aggressive trails deserve thicker armor. On trails, suspension control is calm and measured, reducing rider fatigue. On tarmac, stability remains solid, with high-speed sweeps tracked with confidence. Brakes have a strong initial bite, with linear progression deeper into the stop. Regional mapping can affect throttle response. Dealer flashes often improve it. The money case is clear. It costs thousands less than Japanese rivals while keeping real ADV 𝐏𝐄𝐑. Inspect spoke tension, seal integrity, and ABS leads before purchase. Done right, the DSX delivers range, comfort, and trail balance in one package. Want scrambler charm? With real bite, the Lion roars next. Holding strong at number 11, Benelli Leoncino and 800 Trail. This scrambler looks honest on the street, but carries dirt road soul. The parallel twin makes torque where it counts, pushing steady drive through gravel and tarmac alike. The chassis stays planted, feedback arrives clean, and wide bars give calm leverage when the surface changes. Suspension tuning feels thoughtful. It absorbs small chatter, yet keeps the front end firm when pushed harder. On the road, it runs stable. On a trail, it stays calm. Brakes are progressive, offering real control whether you're rolling light or fully loaded. Rear modulation helps balance, especially on tricky sections. This is Benelli Leoncino 800 Trail for you. Style choices matter. The steel tank, sculpted frame, and subtle badging create an understated presence. It's not fake chrome, it's working-class elegance with practical charm. Seat height is manageable, standover is friendly, and the reach stays comfortable across longer stints. Even mirrors remain clear under light vibes, something some rivals still miss. Ownership requires awareness. The rear subframe accepts racks, but confirm fit before bolting heavy cases. Skid protection is thin, so real off-roaders should bolt armor underneath. Dealer pipelines differ, so confirm local parts before a cross-country plan. Pads, filters, and sprockets share with other Euro platforms, making spares easier. Price is where it lands hardest. Under retro rivals, this trail feels like a value that rides beyond its class. Discounted below mid-sized Japanese options, it becomes a clear buy. Add a windscreen and bags, and you have a weekend traveler with scrambler edge. Track day smiles on a budget. The little sport bike that could. Dominating the list at number 10, CFMoto 450 SS, 450 SR. This bike brings sport posture with serious intent. The frame feels light, steering is quick, and geometry is sharp. It carries the aggression of something bigger while asking far less money. Brembo-grade braking gear gives riders confidence to squeeze harder than most would expect at this tier. Acceleration is a highlight. On the S trim, a factory quick shifter makes every upshift smooth and addictive. Paired with a crisp gearbox, it feels seamless when the pace rises. Suspension balance is steady, helping the rear stay planted while corners come fast. Even under load, the front stays sure and calm. The dash offers clarity beyond its class. Lap timers and detailed readouts sit in a clean layout, while clutch effort stays low to prevent fatigue. Add in launch control, and you realize how far this machine pushes the definition of entry sport bike. Riders looking for speed without long-term debt have found it here. Buyers should note a few details. On the S, adjust the shifter carefully. A sloppy setup spoils the shift. Some riders may want smaller lever spans for comfort. Tires supplied vary. Upgrade early for grip that matches the chassis. Chain tension from the new deserves inspection too. The real win is price. Tagged under $7,000, it shakes the entire class. Rivals need higher stickers, yet bring less tech. Insurance stays reasonable, and riders moving up from commuters feel a true level up, not a compromise. Adventure value. With long trip legs, the middleweight traveler enters. Don't miss real-world deals and setup checks every week. Throttle the engine and subscribe, ring the bell, ride with our crew for price lanes and buyer traps. Sliding into number 9, Benelli TRK 702X. Benelli's ADV middleweight shows up ready to travel. Suspension has the length for rough ground, and spoked wheels confirm the design is more than cosmetic. On pavement, it stays stable. On gravel, it feels calm. Broad seating gives long hours without pain, while a tall screen cuts the wind on distance runs. The twin delivers torque across the low and mid-range, helping climbs stay steady. Gearing feels ADV specific, short enough for trails, yet relaxed enough for open road stints. Loaded chassis balance is solid, luggage doesn't sag the rear, and overall handling feels composed even with a pillion. This is how Benelli TRK 702X sounds when starting up. Stopping power remains predictable. Brakes deliver a steady bite and don't fade when the bike is packed heavy. Mirrors stay wide and stable, keeping vision clean in dense traffic. Suspension travel makes rocky ground manageable without rattling your arms to exhaustion. Ownership reality has quirks. Stock weight shows in mud, so tire choices matter. Factory skid plates are basic. Serious riders add real armor early. Accessory wiring behind the dash benefits from tidy routing to avoid stress. Dealer promos, however, often drop it into surprising value lanes, making weekend touring affordable. Resale isn't stellar, but use value is high. Prepped correctly, this machine becomes a dependable partner for long trips. Riders praise its mix of comfort, torque, and stance when the cost is kept low. What Chinese bike surprised you most on a test ride? Drop the model, miles you rode, and the one feature that sold you. Community testimony wins. Rally DNA you can actually buy. The lightweight weapon arrives. Locking down the spot at number 8, Cove 450 Rally. This machine doesn't just look like a Dakar replica, it feels ready for it. The tall fairing keeps wind manageable, the slim waist lets you grip the bike in sand, and the long travel legs eat rough ground without complaint. Unlike a showroom poser, this one ships with real intent baked in. The navigation tower holds a full roadbook setup. That means you can strap a tablet or rally gear without bodges, making it a rare bike you can ride from garage to desert. The weight stays honest, lighter than most Euro Rally replicas, and the chassis is serviceable with basic tools. Suspension response is steady at speed. Front dive remains controlled, rear rebound feels measured, and ground clearance keeps rocks from biting hard. Ergonomics are slim enough to allow aggressive transitions, yet the cockpit still feels steady at highway pace. You get a bike that balances daily use with actual rally weekend fun. Maintenance is straightforward, but keep the intervals tight. Valve checks come sooner than Japanese rivals, so plan your service schedule carefully. Spares are flowing, though supply depends on the region. Always verify the pipeline before buying parts-heavy builds. Check also your state's road plate rules, since not every rally ship is street legal. The money lane is simple. Under Euro Rally replicas, it is a proper value. Add handguards, skid plate upgrades, and keep a logbook of services. This is one of the few affordable ways to taste Rally DNA without burning a wallet. Don't miss weekly deals, tight price ranges, and real-world checks. Throttle the engine and subscribe. Ride with our crew. Blazing ahead at number 7, CFMoto Motor SRK 400. Here comes a naked that doesn't pretend, it just delivers. The SRK 400 wears sharp lines in slim dimensions that feel confident in city work. The seat height is friendly, the bars keep your back neutral, and the clutch action is light enough for traffic grind. This is a commuter with bite. The motor sits at a sweet spot. Balanced power gives just enough for highway merges without overwhelming newer hands. The gearbox clicks predictably, and the ratios are smartly spread so you never hunt gears. Steering remains nimble, flicking through tight spaces with minimal effort. For a budget machine, the feedback feels honest. Instrumentation is clear and functional. A bright TFT shows fuel, revs, and gear with crisp fonts. Lighting is decent, the LED headlamp throws a clean beam, and the switchgear feels sturdier than the price suggests. Suspension tunes toward comfort rather than aggression, which suits the commuter role perfectly. What to watch? Early break-in service needs attention. Keep the chain tension correct and verify torque on essentials after the first 1,000 kilometers. Dealer tooling may lag, so ask upfront about calibration and ECU updates. Tires are serviceable out of the box, but serious riders will swap for sticky, aftermarket rubber quickly. Where's the value? If priced below rival 400s, it becomes a simple yes. Insurance rates stay gentle, fuel use is low, and resale values are climbing as the network expands. For riders wanting style with calm daily usability, the SRK lands right in the lane. Next up, smaller Ibex, big heart, the light ADV twin arrives. Rolling into number 6, CFMoto Ibex 450 MT. Adventure bikes often swing heavily, but this one strikes balance. The Ibex 450 mounts a modern twin with just enough ground clearance to handle dirt roads without drama. Weight stays controlled, and travel-ready electrics give touring riders confidence. This isn't a toy ADV, it's a legitimate tool. The sweet spot shows in the numbers. Seat height works for mid-size riders, suspension tune via 𝐏𝐄𝐑 feels composed, and range is respectable for long weekends. A tidy screen presents maps and trip data clearly, while the alternator output handles heated gear without strain. Together, these details make the Ibex 450 shine. Handling feels composed, both loaded and light. Steering remains stable even with bags, and damping keeps chatter away on gravel. On tarmac, the front feels planted, never vague. Brakes offer a predictable response, enough for two-up or luggage-heavy trips. Ergonomics supports long days without punishing knees or back. Owners should check skid plate quality early. Stock protection is minimal for rocks. Soft bag, fit varies, so confirm rack options before investing. Firmware updates. Improved throttle mapping, so request the latest dealer flash at delivery. Suspension sag setup also pays dividends, especially with touring loads. Why does it matter? Because this bike undercuts Big 4 mid-size ADV models while still being capable of genuine distance work. It opens adventure riding to riders who want manageable weight instead of towering machines. Pick your adventure. Priority: less weight, better suspension, or more range. Post your top 2. Next up, low seat rumble and premium details. The sleeper cruiser rolls in. Charging up to number 5, Benda Napoleon 500. This isn't a knockoff cruiser, it's a proper V-twin with authentic sound and road presence. The cylinder angle gives the rich rumble that riders expect, while the low seat height makes it approachable for shorter riders and reassuring at stops. A long wheelbase keeps the chassis steady at highway pace, yet the overall ride stays calm, collected, and confident. The attention to detail stands out at this tier. Full LED lighting shines bright front and rear, while billet-style control, surfaces, and switchgear feel premium to the touch. The stitched saddle adds visual polish, with padding that feels supportive over longer rides. Ergonomics are relaxed. Reach to the bars feels natural. Pegs sit in a neutral spot, and the slow-speed manners keep it friendly in city traffic. On open stretches, torque arrives early and rolls smoothly through the mid-range. Passing moves are handled without stress, while vibes remain modest at cruising speed. Handling is predictable. The rake offers stability in long sweepers, yet still allows easy steering inputs in tighter turns. Braking is equally balanced. Lever feel is progressive. Rear modulation, confidence inspiring. The Napoleon behaves like a bike positioned higher in price. Ownership requires awareness. Importer support differs region by region, so verify local dealer pipelines before signing. Some shipments arrive with belt drives, others with chain setups. Confirm which yours carries for parts planning. Tires supplied are serviceable but budget-oriented, so swapping to quality rubber early elevates grip and control. A thorough first service check helps secure long-term reliability. the money lane is undeniable. Compared with typical Rebel class pricing, the Napoleon offers genuine cruiser soul, real V-twin feel, and upscale touches for far less. If you want authentic style without premium badge costs, this sleeper earns attention. Next, long-haul calm with serious suspension, the bigger Ibex lands. Coming in hot at number 4, CFMoto Ibex 800 MT. Here's a touring ADV that doesn't just imitate, it competes head-on. The Ibex 800 borrows a KTM-derived heart and tunes it for predictable, usable thrust across the rev range. Cruise control, heated grips, and a large TFT screen arrive standard, eliminating the premium package markup. Add KYB suspension, and suddenly you're staring at a bike with real long-distance DNA offered at a friendly sticker. Wind protection is excellent. The fairing and tall screen minimize buffeting, while the side deflectors push turbulent air away from the helmet. At highway pace, airflow feels smooth, keeping fatigue low. Fuel range is strong. The generous tank pairs with efficient mapping to cover serious miles before the next stop. Out back, the luggage-ready subframe is robust enough to handle full panniers and a top case without flex. The chassis balance speaks for itself. At speed, stability feels solid, yet on dirt, suspension travel remains plush but controlled. The brakes deliver steady power without fade, and the lever feel is progressive. Steering is calm but precise, making it easy to settle into sweeping corners. The riding triangle is upright and comfortable. Reach to bars is natural, and the saddle keeps support steady through long stints. It's a tourer that doesn't punish the rider. Ownership notes: tires vary between tubeless and tube type depending on the region, so check yours before buying extras. Dealer maps and ECU flashes sometimes differ. Confirm you've got the latest. Verify rack fitment with your luggage brand. Skid plates and crash bars are smart early upgrades for real backcountry use. The money lane is obvious. Priced thousands under Japanese tourers with the same kit, the Ibex 800 is one of the strongest ADV bargains today. Big bike feel, long-haul comfort, and proper equipment without the big bike bill. Lighting it up at number 3, Zontes 703F Triple. A triple cylinder at this displacement is a real surprise, and Zontes executes it with confidence. The triple configuration brings a broad spread of power with eager high-rev energy but strong mid-range punch for daily use. At highway speeds, it stays calm and refined, never buzzy, while still sharp enough to flick into bends. This machine hides serious performance under modest expectations. Technology sets it apart. The TFT dash is loaded, featuring full navigation, smartphone integration, and in some trims, dual onboard cameras that automatically record your rides. Heated grips and even a heated seat on upper models push it toward commuter-ready comfort all year. Menus are clear, controls are easy to learn, and factory LED lighting keeps visibility crisp at night. The frame is light yet stiff, making turn-in quick without feeling nervous. Suspension tuning blends comfort with composure, holding a line on back roads while softening rougher stretches. Brakes offer confidence with a firm initial bite and steady modulation deeper into a stop. Gearing is well-spaced, letting the motor hum along quietly on long highways while staying ready to pounce when downshifted. Ownership notes are straightforward. Early software versions showed glitches, so make sure a dealer calibration update has been applied. Luggage support is still evolving. Aftermarket racks may be required. Dealer networks are not everywhere yet, but reliability feedback has been positive in early markets. The money lane is clear. If the out-the-door price comes in below Japanese midweights, the Zontes 703F becomes hard to ignore. It delivers refined performance, standout tech, and a triple soundtrack that few competitors offer at this price. It's the stealth missile that proves China isn't just competing, It's innovating. Serious off-road intent. The Hard Edge Adventure twin appears. Join the garage. Riders who share tools, routes, and the best bargains. Hit subscribe so you never miss sleeper deals or setup guides. Help us hit 1,000 riders of strong, storming into number 2, Cove 800X Adventure. This machine looks like it rolled straight from a rally stage. A rally-bred stance, compact twin engine, and dirt-first DNA mean this bike has real desert credibility. The slim waist keeps movement free when standing on pegs, while tall suspension travel shrugs off ruts, potholes, and gravel washouts. It feels like a Dakar warm-up lap every time you leave the pavement. Why does it compete? The weight target is ambitious, trimmed to feel lighter than many Japanese ADVs in the same bracket. Spoked wheels, in proper off-road sizes, give confidence on dirt. Rally-style aero helps deflect wind at higher speeds without looking bulky. Ergonomics are tall but usable. The cockpit sits high enough for a commanding view, yet narrow enough to avoid an awkward stance. Geometry is tuned for stability without killing agility. It feels planted, not twitchy. The stock skid. Protection is decent with aluminum plates shielding the sump and pipes. The cockpit makes long stints on pegs comfortable, with grips and levers that fall naturally to hand. Maintenance is practical, with accessible valve covers and an air filter. The weight distribution stays low, keeping balance composed even with panniers strapped on. Cautions? U.S. supply is still building momentum, so spares may lag. ECU updates are important. Early units benefit from dealer flashes to improve throttle maps. Riders must confirm the paperwork for the road plate rules in their state. A compact tool roll and consumable stash are smart choices for backcountry riders. The money lane is straightforward, priced to undercut Euro and Japanese ADV heavies by thousands, yet offering genuine desert cred. Buy a clean stock unit, confirm service history, and you'll own an adventure twin that feels like a privateer rally bike without the premium price tag. Flagship naked with giant screen and wicked value, our winner. The ultimate ride, number 1, CFMoto 800K high-end CC. This isn't just another naked, it's the flagship that shows how far Chinese engineering has come. Powered by a KTM-derived parallel twin, the motor feels sharp, eager, and polished. With just over 100 horsepower, it punches like a leader light, but costs thousands less. The low mass and slim waistline make it agile, while the seat height stays approachable for most riders. Why it rules? The TFT is massive, a 10-inch plus display with split-screen layouts, CarPlay, voice control, and over-the-air updates. Cruise control and heated grips appear where rivals still charge extra. Software refinement keeps the system modern, and patches roll out like updates on your phone. For many riders, it's the first naked that feels as digitally advanced as their car. The chassis is sharp. Lightweight makes it flickable, yet the trellis frame has enough rigidity for real track days. Suspension is balanced, sporty when pushed, comfortable on commutes. Brakes stay progressive and strong, delivering bite without fade. It's not a parts bin bike. It feels engineered as a cohesive package. Watch points? Quick shifter smoothness varies, especially on early production. Dealers must confirm software calibration is current. Modes require a short learning curve, but once tuned, throttle and ABS maps rival much pricier nakeds. The money lane? When priced well under litter class nakeds, it becomes pure grin per dollar. Riders chasing real electronics, crisp chassis feedback, and premium finish will find value unmatched in this bracket. It's disruptive in the best way, proving you no longer need a Japanese or European badge to get a world-class naked. We chase value, not just badges. These 15 motorcycles show that China can deliver tech, comfort, and performance without draining your wallet. Which one would you throw a leg over first? And what question would you want answered after a 1,000-mile ride? Tell us below. Your insights drive the next discussion. Tap subscribe, ring the bell, and share this video with your crew. Then click the next video on screen for live price checks, upgrade recommendations, and the quick buyer traps every rider should avoid. The game has changed, and these bikes prove it.